Still a nerd.
I saw something. This is how my brain works, obviously. But when do you guys? It's related to the car topic in a sense.
I can't wait.
Yeah, but when do you think Pablo Picasso died?
What?
just hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Never connects.
It'll connect. I promise.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it connects.
1875. I don't know.
When do you think Pablo Picasso died?
Not Pablo Picasso? Like
Like the painter.
1990 something.
1973.
1973.
Wow.
So he was driving Honda Civics.
Yeah.
Just Pablo Picasso driving
Maybe.
Honda Civics.
Did a Civic exist in the 70s? When did
It was early
Civics-
70s.
Okay.
He's seen 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's music on music, in case you guys forgot.
Friday night party.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feels like we're back to regular scheduled programming. We're
Yeah.
back to primetime TV. Friday nights.
Friday pods are special editions, I guess.
You don't feel so bad about Saturdays.
We're at the Brew Bros studio. This is the Who F'n Kneauxs podcast. Welcome. I love how we go from high energy to just dead, and it was all my fault. Let's fucking go. Welcome to the show, guys. We're back. We're not live. We're coming to you pre-recorded, but that's okay. I have topics on a laptop over there that I didn't grab, so we're winging it tonight. I had an idea, guys, and this is what I was going to tell you before we started recording, but we're recording now, and I'm just going to lead with it. I think what we do is we each come with one topic every week. And what I do is I either get a TV or like a big whiteboard up there, and we just write 3 topics on it, and that guides the show.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we just go where we go, because it's the Who F'n Kneauxs podcast, you know?
I like it.
We could just tell each other the topics beforehand.
Yeah, but we...
Yeah, but I think that's fun. Then you don't get time to prepare. Maybe we leave the whiteboard blank.
Like,
And then-
everybody fills
and
it
then-
in.
And then as you come in, you're like, hey, what's going on, man? And you just fill out your one topic.
Yeah.
That way you can be like, that sucks. You're like, all right, we're going to erase that real quick. Here's my other topic. That way we just, nobody knows what we're doing. That way no one has time to prepare. So it's literally like 5 minutes before you record, you're like, this topic, this topic.
Yeah.
And you can get briefed on it versus
Yeah.
it's a little more genuine versus like
I like
a day
that.
or two before and you get a little time to prepare.
To be fair, I'm fine with either way. It doesn't matter. I just kind of want a reason to put a TV on the wall there. I think is what I'm getting at. How's life?
It's laughing, man.
Life be life. Always.
How was the last week? Did anybody get in trouble for the whole like wife thing? That's what I want to know.
Mom told me it was joking with the kids and was like, tell your daddy to stop talking about me on his podcast. But I don't know if she just saw the clip or if she actually went watch what we talked about.
Yeah.
I feel like she did go watch what we talked about. Because I think there might have been more
Conversation.
We didn't say anything
No,
bad.
it's nothing bad.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad. It was just I wish they would pick up after themselves. They probably feel the same way about me, and that was basically the gist of it. Nobody said anything dirty or rough or yucky.
You would think I'm like stabbing my wife in the back every time I say something on the podcast. It's like, oh, that's just tell people how you really feel about me. I'm like, it's every husband has something with their wife, just like every wife has something with their husband that aggravates them. We still love each other, obviously,
Of course.
but it's just like
Of course.
if I say I don't really like when you do this. It's like, well, just announce it to everybody. I'm like, it's a communal thing. Everybody.
It's little things. You're not going to get on here and be like, I found a size 13 boot in my bedroom.
Right. Yeah. If you
know?
got dirty laundry like that,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother ballgame.
It's like the most generic, basic stuff,
Right.
and like I'm just like, hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's part. You be like when you're together with somebody for that long, something is going to aggravate you at some point. There's like the perfect couple sometimes, but there's always something that's gonna
No couple is perfect.
gonna
but I'm
aggravate you.
Let's throw that out right now. No one is perfect. Nothing is perfect. We live in a world where like people put all these perfect things on social media, and like it is not. It is far from that.
If we learned anything wise words from Hannah Montana. Nobody's perfect. So
She's got to work it, right? Is that what it is?
So you got to work it?
I gotta work it.
I got to work
says,
it?
I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Nobody's perfect.
I just immediately started singing the J. Cole. Nobody's perfect, babe, babe. But you're perfect for me.
Ooh, that could be a fun game. I don't have any on the top of my head right now. But like a phrase that...
Like song association?
Yeah, but it's like 3 different songs. It's a way to test like the generation somebody's from. That would be like a cool street video.
Yeah.
Like go around the street and be like, if I tell you this, what song comes to your mind?
Yeah.
And you
That's a
get to
good one.
see where they grew up at. I like that.
I do like
There's a lot of... I think we
Put it
talked
away for a rainy day.
Yeah, I think we talked about that before. Like, especially now that songs are coming out now and they're getting remixed, and it's like you're my little boo thing, and like people think of that, and that's the original, and then turns out it's like not. A lot of country songs like that too.
Yeah, if I say everybody's getting tipsy, what song are you thinking?
Oh, come on.
I might think Shabuzi now. Be honest with you. Depends on the day of the week.
Yeah.
Depends on my mood, the day of the week.
I think I still, no matter what in my head, unless I hear the Shabuzi version, I think I still go back to the old school.
Yeah, but I think I feel like anytime I get in the car, like if I just put my songs on shuffle or for some reason the radio's on, Shabuzi comes on, and therefore he's in my head for the rest of the weekend.
Not a bad thing.
No.
There
not a
could be
bad thing.
worse things that just came on all of a sudden.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
The radio sucks. Have you had a situation anytime recently where you like have had to listen to the radio?
Brother, I drive a 2007 Chevy Silverado.
Yeah, but there's work.
Pioneer head units, man. Just get you one. Old days. Go to Best Buy, turn them on, test them all.
When I have to borrow my grandpa's truck, he's got an aux, but I don't have an aux cord.
So yeah,
I turn the radio off and just put my phone on. Like I'd rather do that than listen to the radio.
You're that offended by the radio.
The problem is I go to Winn-Dixie and a song is on, and I come out of Winn-Dixie and the same song is on. We're just playing the same 10 songs, and I just don't want to hear it like that.
That's why Drake's suing people.
Unless it's Shabuzi.
Unless it's Shabuzi, just play them over and over.
Yeah.
No, I also have the aux, but can't even use an aux anymore because iPhone done changed. Well, not just iPhone. There's like laws now. They all got to use the same thing. There's no damn plug-in for an aux. I got to get an adapter.
You're telling me there's no 3.5 millimeter
There
to
probably
USB-C?
is. There probably is. I have not purchased
It's a damn
I still
adapter
have-
for the 2 times that you're going to be using a radio.
There's things that you can plug in that it's just a little Bluetooth dongle and it works
That's
that way.
true too.
Technology.
I gotta buy something.
Dongle.
Okay, I already bought the damn phone. I had already bought the other dongle to match my old phone because they got rid of the headphone jack. Okay.
Well, the good thing is it's not changing anytime soon. So you should be good. Actually, they could go portless, which could be a whole nother issue. So
I will really cry. I'll do something.
it's a possibility. It's been a talking point. I'm just letting you know. But you don't upgrade your phone every year like I do, so you shouldn't have to worry about it.
No, it's like every 2 or 3 years, probably.
Like a normal person. Yeah.
It's like, oh, my phone's really acting funny. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, this phone's dead. And I'm like, oh, all right. Guess it's time for a new one.
My buddy had one of, he had like this 98 Ford Explorer, and he had the one where you plug the cassette tape in, and it's got the aux coming out, and you plug the aux in.
Mm-hmm.
Just find the radio station that you got to go to.
We all had that at some point in time. Let's be real.
In my 1992 Honda Accord, I had that.
There you go.
Shout out to Bessie.
There you go.
What happened? I feel like, do people still do that? Maybe it's just like an older thing, but I've,
Name their cars.
well, yeah, still definitely name. Mine's Hank the Honda.
Nice.
But no, just like subwoofers and head units. I feel like that's not I don't know. I feel like when we were in high school and like junior high and stuff, that was a big thing. Like getting subs and picking out your head units. And now I feel like that's just not maybe kids still do it, but it's just not as.
There's still adult. Like you see it in like parades. Like they got the groups of Jeeps that come through and all have it. Like there's people that do for sure. It does feel like it's less popular.
Yeah,
now
because I feel like when we were in
than
high
it
school,
was.
like you were cool if you had subs. Now you're looked at like, really, dude,
What are you doing?
you got some subs. What are we doing?
Well, you grow up and you
That's what it
realize
is.
you need trunk space and you can't have them anymore.
I think part of it too is you grow up and you just, maybe not all adults, but you just don't want to hear.
But if you get them well balanced, like there's a balance to it that it would be okay.
Well, some of the new cars too, the speaker systems that come in are very upgraded. Like some of the new trucks come with like two 10-inch subwoofers under the
Yeah.
seats and stuff. So
You're getting Bose systems in there. You're getting JBL systems. Like
Yeah.
it's nice systems in there.
True that.
Yeah, man.
Did you guys ever have, or did you have friends that we got obnoxious? I never did this. That had like the horn under the hood, not like the horn, but like the loudspeaker under the hood to like play for the world what you were listening to, not just rolling down your windows, but like.
I don't think we had any friends that had it, but it was one of the most annoying things on earth.
People would roll up at the boat launch. I used to hang out at the boat launch when I was a kid, and it would just be like, and I'm like, Jesus, what is happening?
The world could still hear what I was listening to, but it wasn't like that.
It was like I always feel like it's on a lifted truck. They have the train horn.
Yeah.
Those were, you'd have the random just asshole.
Nothing's more annoying than like the little cars that sound like they have the playing card in the spokes. Like they do whatever they do to it, so it has like the muffled sound, and it's like, what? Why did you sound like a little toy car? Like they think it sounds cool, but it's you.
I don't know. I'm not following you.
Are you not familiar with the playing card in the spokes of a tire
Of a car though?
of a bike? It's that it sounds like that on a car.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think.
You know
of
what
a car that sounded
about.
like that.
It's usually like a little Honda Civic that they're trying to make sound like a little sports car, and it's just not.
Is it like popping? Is that what you're talking about? It's like,
yeah. Like it's like they think it sounds cool, but it sounds like their car's gonna explode.
And they're going like 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, like you look and you're like, damn, this car's about to be. Oh no, it's not. It's just going.
They literally just put a pipe on it. Is all they did. They put exhaust on it. Yeah. I had that.
Never
When I was like 18, but it didn't sound like that. It was a lot deeper and made me sound angry, which is the same thing, to be honest, but it's different.
I was always big on that, wanting to have like a loud exhaust, and then I was like, it's just not practical.
Yeah. I got pulled over a lot.
Yeah.
I got pulled over a lot. I had a 1987 Honda Prelude. It was beautiful. She was beautiful. That was not Bessie. I never named her.
Well, I was about to say, what was her name?
I never named her. Black Magic. She was in mint condition. She was the first car that had fuel injection.
Hell yeah.
I put 18s on her. She was a tiny little car, stick shift. 18s. They were black and they had the chrome lip. And I took my calipers off and I spray painted my calipers with heat paint and I painted them lime green. So this car was all black, blacked out limo tint, black rims with lime green. Yeah. I used to roll up listening. Yeah. I used to roll up listening to like 80s music because it was like an 80s car. I was such a nerd. Still a nerd.
I saw something. This is how my brain works, obviously. But when do you guys, it's related to the car topic in a sense.
I can't wait.
Yeah. But when do you think Pablo Picasso died?
What?
just hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Never connects.
It'll connect. I promise.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it connects.
1875. I don't know.
When do you think Pablo Picasso died?
Pablo Picasso? Like
Like the painter.
1990 something.
1973.
1973.
Wow.
So he was driving Honda Civics.
Yeah.
Just Pablo Picasso driving
Maybe.
Honda Civics.
Did a Civic exist in the 70s? When did
Early
Civics-
70s.
Okay.
He's seen 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah. No, he's modern. Pablo, I knew he was modern.
I had no idea.
A lot of people with Picasso think he's from like the
Yeah, I thought he was the
I said
1400s.
Renaissance.
I
And
said
he's-
the 1800s.
Yeah, I thought he
What
was
a
the
wild year choice, by the way. I was like, what?
I think I was exactly 100 years off.
Yeah, you were about it. Yeah.
I was like, I didn't think he was, but like to put, it just doesn't seem like he'd be riding in a car, just listening to like Black Sabbath or something. Just
When did Black Sabbath come out? I'm trying to connect the dots here really hard.
just Pablo Picasso driving cars just doesn't seem, those two don't seem like they should correlate.
I feel like he had a driver. Do you think Pablo Picasso was rich? Most artists are not rich.
No, brother, he was drinking himself to death every night.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't even have a car. He probably rode his
Just
little
painting.
bike.
deep in depression. Like,
Do you think he had a playing card in his spokes of his bike that he rode everywhere?
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Is that a dirt bike?
Pablo
No,
Picasso.
just Pablo. Just like,
That's Pablo Picasso, man. I grew up in high school with him.
is that where Picasso came from?
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
It seems like it was
It's from
just
a
made
show.
up.
Oh,
It's from some show.
okay.
Oh man.
But yeah, it just made me realize like I have no sense of time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought he lived next to a blacksmith and
Well.
he died 50 years ago.
His neighbor's last name might have been Smith.
Possibly.
I don't know. I'm not going to say the other part because that's not nice.
Good for Papa.
Well, it's nice, but it's, you know.
That's nice.
There was something else I was going to connect to that, and I can't remember what it was, and I don't want to be like Aaron.
Was it another artist? Did you eat something recently that related?
No. So like the whole years thing, like not knowing when things happen. Like I think like things happen, like that's like the 70s. Like if you think about it, that was, I don't want to do math, 50, 60 years ago. It's a long time ago. People forget things. People think things didn't happen. People ignore massive things in history that didn't happen. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That actually, this does correlate because you talked about history.
Doubt it.
So obviously with the president, he's signing a lot of orders, and he's signing to release all these declassified files from like JFK and MLK. And are you guys interested in anything that's coming out? Because we talked about conspiracy theories on here before. There's conspiracy theories that the driver like shot JFK, and MLK came out and has a bunch of like mistresses and had
he was Diddy apparently.
Orgies and
He was Diddy before Diddy.
Wow.
You know, had guys and
To be fair,
Different time.
To be fair, do we think that the government that hated Martin Luther King Jr.
Right, that's the other thing.
would have factual evidence, or would they just have a smear campaign?
Right.
Yeah. Agreed.
So that's the thing. Like, if they reveal these declassified files, were they declassified for a reason, or even if they get released, like, or not if, when they get released? I think it's 45 days from now. Do we believe what's in there?
Here's the thing. In today's age, it could be 100% fact. People are going to just believe what they want to believe. I could tell you something's a fact. Somebody on the internet is going to be like, nah, it's not. Joe on the corner told me something else. Like, it doesn't matter what they put out there. People are going to be like, no, it's not. It's not real. So
it's AI.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I'll be honest. I've lived my whole life thinking one thing. I don't care. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's probably all kind of conspiracy theories. It's like that is to this point where, like you said, that's 50, 60 plus years ago. You know, say 30, 20 years from now, they're going to have files about 9/11 or whatever, and just stuff that just gets declassified, that there's stuff that comes out. And
that might interest me more because it was in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, is there anything that could come out about JFK or Martin Luther King that would, like, affect your life today? There's nothing that would come out about 9/11 that would affect my life today. But I'm more interested in it because I lived through it.
I think it would just cause chaos, like if it came out and said, like, it was an inside job or this was an inside job, because then it may...
Would it? Because I think people believe that anyway.
Yeah, I genuinely don't think they could come out and say, yeah, the CIA killed him. And people would be like, yeah, it tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's any wild thing that could come out that somebody isn't already floating out there as a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Like, they'll just feel validated. But
if in the same sense, I feel like some people could still be swayed. It's not like a cancel culture thing, but they have these people, like these great figures that people had back in history, and then stuff comes out and they're like, this person actually did this and this and this, and then it completely changes their image. You don't think like,
I think
it would have anything like, well, this, not say like MLK or JFK, just anybody, just like he was a great president, or he was a great leader, and it's like this stuff comes out and they're like, well, maybe he wasn't that good a guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
So I feel like it would sway him a little bit. It wouldn't, like, you could have this opinion, but if recent history has shown like stories come out of somebody, then you're like, not a great guy. Shout out Justin Tucker. He's also
that's
diddler.
that connects. Good job there.
My Justin Tucker Hall of Fame
Chris
campaign
Boswell,
is really going down
Chris
the drain.
Boswell is the real go to the AFC North.
It's really going down the drain.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Justin Tucker, greatest kicker, and then he
to
comes
be
out.
fair,
He
innocent
diddles.
until proven guilty.
I don't think he's
All of
innocent,
that.
buddy.
I'm with you.
Yeah, he got kicked out of 2 parlors.
Somebody's gonna be
Here's why.
like,
I like anytime you can dig up an old tweet where some rando on the internet 5 years ago
saw
said,
that.
hey, just for reference, Justin Tucker's been kicked out of many massage parlors.
Right.
It's like, whoa,
but there's
wait a minute.
I only said it because there's still people that think Deshaun Watson is a wonderful person because he wasn't proven guilty. So it is what it is.
Didn't he? I thought he settled. Didn't he settle with?
Yeah, but people take settling as innocence. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. Some people look at it both ways. Some people think, oh, he's settled, he's definitely guilty.
Yeah.
Some people think, oh, they settled, the other person got what they wanted and they got money.
Right.
So you can go either way. I'm trying to play devil's advocate because I'm trying not to judge.
Yeah.
I know how I feel deep down about both of these guys right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to be a better Christian, which doesn't always work.
Listen, I don't know. Maybe I've just been, I think I've just been raised to just believe women in these scenarios until I shouldn't.
Did Joy Taylor affect that at all? Because I feel like, like black eye to that. Not her, by God. But like,
But she came to work like a few days later. I mean, at the end of the day, Joy Taylor was just smashing another associate.
Yeah, but so the whole thing, like, did you?
But I guess to get where she is at, she kind of went.
Well, no, she it was in the court documents that she outright told the hairdresser, like, I will claim that he raped me or he sexually assaulted me. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's why I was like,
there's bad apples everywhere. You know what I mean?
Like police officers.
Yes.
Sorry, that came across really bad.
No, it's true. Like
you hear that all the time.
I mean, it's a good example. Like a few bad police officers. I have a family full of them, and they're all great people, right? So it's like, I mean, they're not all. It's the same thing. They're not all terrible people.
I agree.
So,
I agree. Which is crazy because there's other people. I love all of you people, by the way. There's other people that will claim that there's absolutely no way that's true.
Yeah.
And it's like, how?
If you want, like, you could go the other way. Like, people see somebody in the military and just assume they're a great person, right? Because they're in the military and serve our country.
Yeah.
But there's certainly people that are in the military that are not. So it's like,
yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to offend anybody by saying that. It
is what it is.
There's no group of people that every single person is great.
Yeah.
Or perfect. Like you said, nobody's perfect. It's the theme of the episode so far.
Nobody's perfect.
What about Chick-fil-A workers?
They might be perfect.
First of all, did I tell you the story about how I snuck one in on a Chick-fil-A worker?
Ooh.
No, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I told my wife and she said, "Oh, she smiled at you." That was her response. Which fair. Yeah. I was at the drive-thru. We make some casual conversation. She laughs at me. And I say, "Okay, thank you." And she's mid-laugh and she's like, "Haha, you're welcome." And I'm like, "Oh,
you didn't say the thing."
Got it.
I got you. I just want you to know.
It's like the Dairy Queen thing. If we didn't turn your ice cream upside down, your meal's free. It's like, she didn't say my pleasure, so I get my meal for free now.
Yeah.
I saw a post today. It said I tripped the girl up today when she said my pleasure, and it said you're welcome for me pleasuring you or something like that. I was like, all the comments were like, noted.
Nice.
Love it.
I've been thinking about like random. The Pablo Picasso thing didn't really relate to anything. It was more of just like a random fact. So I was trying to think of like more random facts that I've heard recently. Do you know that Tyrese Maxey is taller than AJ Brown?
Yeah.
That feels crazy. He feels like a small point guard.
Yeah,
Donald Trump and Derrick Henry, same height, same weight.
No, they're not. I mean, yes, but they're not.
Just imagine.
I think they're taking Donald Trump's height from never. I'll be honest. I think he's always said he was 6'3". He's probably like 6 foot.
Well, Barron's like 7'11". That dude is tall.
It always used to get me. It kind of still does. Like, it kind of started when like the Pels drafted Anthony Davis and be like, this guy's younger than me.
Yeah.
Like, he's a grown ass man.
Yeah.
I'd like those things always, like, I look at Zion, I'm like, there's no way this dude is younger than me. Like, he's huge.
Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to change the topic and I don't want to.
Oh, I was just saying, like, the perspective of NBA and NFL height is just, it just doesn't make sense on the brain. Like you said, Tyrese Maxey, he's dapping up AJ Brown. He's 2 inches taller than, but on the NFL field, you're like, he's got him beat. He's got a size matchup.
You can't tell me that if they were like, we're going to line Tyrese Maxey up at wide receiver, you're like, damn, they're about to have this undersized dude.
Send him a goal line fade.
I guess it's more of like he's undersized from a weight sense than a.
I think every single time I hear about a basketball player, like, people don't realize how tall basketball players are.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, like Chris Paul is considered extremely short by basketball.
Yeah. And he's like
6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him in
he's
person.
6'1"
I'm
on a
like,
good day.
Yeah.
I'm like, this doesn't
I
make
am
sense.
taller than him, which
Yeah.
makes me feel nice.
Yeah.
It just,
Like if Chris Paul walked into this room, he would just fit right in with us.
Yeah.
Height and size wise. Like he's not huge.
yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. We saw him
But
when he was
people-
still in the Hornets. I saw him in person. I was like, you don't make sense. It's like you should be shorter than what you are.
Zion is small
Yeah. If
in
you,
basketball.
What's funny?
Height wise.
well, no, what's funny too. So Zion today, obviously he's in great shape now, best shape of his life. Zion today, if you see him in person, he looks skinny.
Yeah.
He looks legitimately skinny. But
Yeah.
on TV, he looks jacked.
But he's probably still 260.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's another world of height and weight
Mhm.
there. And it's always kind of funny because like if you put them on like the little obesity scale, they're all obese.
Oh, for sure.
Every single one of them.
athlete. The whole BMI thing's
It's
nonsense. You can't. It doesn't take into account any muscle.
Right.
It's just like, oh, you weigh 240 and you're 6'5", you're fat, and it's like, dude, I'm 9% body fat. Not me, but you know, it's like I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels personal, but
Yeah. Well, clearly I'm 6'5" and 240.
trying to
9% body fat. I'm probably about fucking 20% body fat if I'm lucky.
I had a couple topics. I have
Yeah,
a
keep going.
couple football ones and then another like random one. Which one do you want first?
I always like random, but football's good too. So I don't want to
We
decide.
can get the boat. We can get to all of them.
Don't make me cheat.
But what do you want first, I guess? Let's ask it that way.
Random, because random feels like it's been fun.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay.
Keep the vibes high.
I want to know things you wish you could go back and experience for the first time. And I want
What makes you cry?
I want to know.
Sorry.
I didn't think you called it.
I was
I heard you.
letting it roll. I was letting it roll. Yeah, things you wish you could go back and experience for the first time. And I want one thing you've already experienced and it was so good that you wish you could go back and do it again. And I want another thing you feel.
Sorry.
I want another thing you missed out on and you wish you could go back, or like something from the past that you weren't alive for. Maybe
These are too many choices right now. Pick one and make us go with it.
it's just two things. What's something you lived through and you wish you could go back and do
That's
it
a good
again?
one. That's a good one. I gotta think. Does anything come to mind right away for you?
I think sports related.
Yeah. So
It's
there's
kind of boring. Like I'm sure, like we all did. I played all sports growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad, I love golf. I'm a big golfer now. My dad tried to get me into golf, and he's like, I'll pay for your clubs, your lessons, everything. And I'm like, nah, I'm okay. That's very boring. And then like when I got into college, that's all I did. And I'm like, I really wish I would have like took him seriously and just tried to play golf because there's a lot of money in some golf.
So you wish you would. It's almost like that's more of like a
It's like almost like a
that's
life event. I guess
different topic.
slightly different topic, but that's okay. It's not a bad
also
topic.
a good conversation.
Yeah. Something you wish you would have
Stuck
done
with,
or
yeah.
stuck with or done sooner. Because I have that same thought. To be completely honest, like I wish that I would have taken football seriously in high school because I was pretty good, but I cared more about skipping practice and hanging out with friends and
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And when I got out of school, I got more into sports as a young adult and started playing in all these rec leagues where I was fortunate to play against like professional athletes.
Yeah.
And I realized like mentally I could hang. Physically, I was out of shape. Didn't really work.
Yeah.
I competed, whatever. But I wish that younger me would have been more of an athlete, like really pushed myself in the gym, really stuck with something. Because I think that I would have, and I feel like every man in his late 30s probably says that, right? But
Yeah.
I believe it. So fuck you.
In Aaron's defense, I believe it because Aaron is the best golfer I know.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back, like if he had just started as like a 6-year-old,
Yeah.
he'd be unbelievable. Like if Aaron, he might, I don't know if he would say this, but if he would have played like for our high school golf team, he would have been far and away the best player on our high school golf team. Like it's not even close.
Because I played with some guys.
I would hope so.
I played with some guys that played for the high school golf team, like when I was in college, and I'm like, how did you make the team?
Yeah.
Was your
I-
high school golf team good?
No, I actually,
The women's team. Was,
yeah, I
very
actually dated one of the women on the high school golf team, and she was like number 2 in the state.
good. Mhm.
See, she's good.
And she was better than all of the men on our golf
And the
team.
other one went to like Southern Miss and
Yeah.
got a scholarship to go play golf.
So
Yeah.
here, to be fair, from my perspective, hearing something about a high school golf team, I was like, okay, like
Yeah.
that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
But
But there probably are some high school golf teams that are.
yeah, sure. That's why the first thing I asked was like, was your high school golf
Anybody
team
else?
good?
Wait. Did you not just hear that?
I heard that,
Oh,
but
it's
they
above us.
can't hear
It
it. They're
sounded
upstairs.
like outside. I was like, what the hell just happened? Sorry.
Yeah, I hear it. Listen, I'm downstairs a lot. There's
Yeah.
people upstairs a lot. There's
Yeah.
bangings.
Yeah.
I was thinking like what made me think of this was I got in the car and like an old Mac song came on
Mhm.
and I was like, man, I wish I could go back to when I heard this song for the first time. Cause it was I can't remember what song it was, but I was like, I love this song. And I wish I could go back and like remember my first reaction to hearing this song.
Yeah.
And that's what made me think of this question. I didn't have any scenarios off the top of my head of like there's probably some concerts that
Yeah.
like the first Mac concert I went to would be cool to relive. Being like experiencing the Saints going to the Super Bowl again would be one, probably a lot of sports moments.
Yeah. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Then there's the obvious ones of like the birth of your kids, things like that, right? Like moments in life.
Would you?
But-
Okay, I'm not gonna say that.
There's like, I mean, like people you've lost going back and getting to have like a moment with all those kind of things are obvious answers. But I was trying to think of, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if it's like a general thing too, but just like middle school, junior high, like best friend sleepovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just getting to experience going over to a friend's house on a Friday night, mom ordering pizza, you just hanging out with your buddies, like playing PlayStation or N64 and just staying up all night.
Yeah.
Drinking soda, eating ice cream, just living life.
Yeah, I'm kind of now you're making me think like it's not so much like one specific thing, like traveling for travel league,
Yeah.
like getting to stay in the hotels and hanging out at the pool in between, like you know what I mean, like those kind of
Yeah.
things are.
I think that's where my brain's at. That's why it's hard for me to pick
Pick one
one
thing,
because
yeah.
I'm like, man, there's so many things that if I were to go do something today, like even something as simple as like we go to Disney a lot for vacation. If I'm at Disney and we're watching the Castle show, I might think back to the first time I saw it with Dylan or
Mhm.
something, or Christopher when I brought him, or going to the ballpark to like with my son when he used to play baseball, like going to the ballpark with him, like that would bring me back to being a kid.
Yeah.
Smelling Florida water randomly, I'd be like, oh shit,
Yeah,
who is having the time of their life right now? Because I have so much nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
so much.
Aaron's golf thing actually kind of is more towards the other part of the question that I said, things you didn't get to experience but you wish you could have.
Yeah.
A little different, but it's kind of more along those lines. And I think that's easier to pick out, like things you didn't get to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, it'd be cool to be able to go back and like experience a Michael Jackson concert or a Jimi Hendrix concert, like things
Sure.
like that. Like those are, I think it's easier to do things like that, like pick out things you wish you could have been present for.
Yeah, because there's always like in everybody's life, what ifs, like, man, what if I would have did this growing up? What if I would have did this? Or what if I would have did this? How would my life have changed? You know, it's like,
Yeah. I don't, you know what's interesting? Like I have those thoughts, but I think for me, it's more of like, I just wish I would have taken life seriously earlier.
Yeah.
You know, because like it was like my early 20s when I finally was like, I'm going to set goals. I'm going to do this. And once I did that, now I'm fucking insane. I can't turn it off.
Yeah.
Which you saw us, I mean, you saw me before the pod. I'm like, we need to do this. Like my brain is set on it. I'm like, this is going to work. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm just like, this is how it has to be. And it's going to, and I started getting like that in my early 20s. And ever since, it's just been like up and to the right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm fucking NVIDIA without the recent downturn.
Yeah. I think you say stuff like that, I start thinking like when I was in college and like working as a valet, I was making good money in tips. But like I had of like my friend group, I was the one making the most. So I'd be like, let's fucking go out and we'll just have a good time. But now as I'm older, I'm like, I really wish I would have just set some of this aside. You know what I mean? Like, but you see it now. If I want something, like I'm going to get it. Like I'm going to go buy it. And even then, because I was living with my grandma, I was like, I don't have anything else to pay for. I'm going to buy shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I've got a terrible relationship with money. If I
Yeah.
want something,
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
Absolutely.
I had a very bad influence. I might have said this on the podcast once before. I had a very bad influence at the age of like 19 or 20 in my very impressionable years. There was a man. This sounds terrible. There was a man that I lived with. He was a man that I lived with. No, I had a buddy and his like step grandfather. We went to Mardi Gras with one year, and it was the first time I was hanging out with him. And he's like giving us drinks, and we're having a good time. And we asked, he was like spending a lot of money, and I'm like just starting to make money for the first time in my life. And I'm like, hey, like, do I need to give you money? Like, you're spending a lot of money. He's like, it's just money. I'll make more. And ever since then, it was just like. That became my mindset.
Yeah.
Terrible mindset.
Yeah.
it is a terrible
Awful.
mindset. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun though.
I've been able to like that's kind of like the cool thing about having like a little brother and a little sister. That's like my brother is I think 14 years younger than me, and my sister is 11. So like there's a nice gap where I could be like, this is how you should be like living life right now. Set yourself up and have some fun.
You think they're listening?
Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
At least my sister is.
Good.
My brother kind of keeps to himself. I don't really know what he's doing with his life.
Yeah.
Like he's a little sweet, quiet kid, but I don't know.
I like that. Good for him.
My sister has like 3 jobs at 21, living life.
She's fucking Kevin Gates out here.
Yeah, with like a 4.3 GPA or something stupid like that. I don't even know how that's possible.
Is she still with that guy?
Yeah.
We're airing her dirty laundry. Not dirty laundry.
Yeah.
We're airing her laundry.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a good kid.
He's a good guy. That's what I was asking.
He's like somewhat of an or his dad's like an electrician or something. He comes to my house and I ask him to fix shit for me all the time.
There you go.
He's cool. I like him. Good for her. Anyway,
Little handyman.
yeah. You want to get to my sports topics?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is about the Bills. Both of these kind of. My first one is
Got enough bills.
the NFL needs their own version of shoot for it. Hear me out. Okay. So this is the Bills and Chiefs game. We get to the end. One ref is saying first down. The other ref, no first down. Somehow he didn't get a first. Josh Allen didn't get a first down, but he did get a first. We all saw it. He got a first down.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this. If we're not going to just use the technology available to us to say whether this person got a first down or not, I want to have our own version of shoot for it.
I like it.
You know what I mean?
Oklahoma drill.
And in case anybody, okay, that's fine. That's what I was going to ask is what do you think we should do? Because in case anybody doesn't see where I'm going with this, if you're playing pickup basketball and we're arguing over whether the ball is out of bounds, what are we going to say?
Shoot for it.
Shoot for it.
Bet.
Yeah, there you go. And I think that's how we need to settle this. My original thought was we do one play. You got to we take it out of tush push range. I don't want any of that bullshit. You got to get 4 or 5 yards, but then you could have the scenario where that play needs to also be reviewed. So that's not going to work.
Yeah. No, Oklahoma drill. And you can pick whoever you want.
I like the
Go
Oklahoma
for it.
drill. Yeah.
Have at it.
I'm
Pick
okay
your
with
best
that.
against my best.
Because the only other option really is like a field goal kicking contest. And that's like you line it up at 65 and be like, make this.
No.
Or you literally shoot for it and just have a trash.
You know what?
Have a trash can.
Wait a minute.
Have a trash can.
Hope you're good at basketball.
Yeah.
we roll out this bucket. Like they keep a bucket behind the end zone.
Uh-huh.
And we say shoot for it. We roll it out into the end zone. Josh Allen's got to go to the 50 and put the ball in the bucket in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot for it. I like it.
I like Oklahoma drill.
I like the Oklahoma drill too.
I'm
But the NFL's the softer league now, so I don't know if it's going to fly.
What if you had like a quarterback drill competition? Just like one thing though. And for the only reason I'm saying this is because I'm thinking of our team, right? Say we get into a situation and all of a sudden Derek Carr's got to go out there and everybody's like, oh,
Huck it, chuck it, football.
can't just hand the ball off anymore. We're screwed.
It's got to be something quick, though.
Yeah.
Oklahoma drill could take some time to line up.
No, I mean,
In the trash can.
put some cones out.
I like the trash can idea.
If you're wheeling a trash can out, you can put
No,
cones
but
out.
it's imagine so like when you're in Dallas during the holiday season, they got the charity thing
They're just gonna keep it.
that Zeke used to
You know,
always.
you could also just keep cones somewhere, right?
Yeah, but you got to run the cones out.
You could
And
keep them.
You can't have an Oklahoma drill without the 2 teams surrounding because that's what makes the Oklahoma drill is the
Well,
hype around it. So that takes time.
I think people naturally are going to come out. Oklahoma drill. And it's like a.
It turns into the new like the NBA, like the players doing this.
Yeah.
It's like Oklahoma drill, Oklahoma drill.
Yeah.
Was there
Well,
Smacking Kalen Saunders on the ass. Go ahead, big boy.
is there anything worse like in Oklahoma drill where you clearly know you're outmatched and outsized, and you're just looking up. You're like, this is about to be horrible.
They used to do that in high school football all the time. Like, all right, I play receiver, right?
Yeah.
And why? I get you want me to have to try to tackle or whatever for whatever reason. Like in the NFL, I'm sure we're not doing fucking tackling drills with the receivers, but this is high school football, right? Fine. Why the fuck do I need to go against this defensive end? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Put me against the quarterback. Like, if I'm going to tackle somebody, it's going to be a pick. It's not going to be, just go tackle this defensive end.
Yeah.
It was the most unfair thing I've ever been in my life. Like, in high school, I was I guess, tall for high school, but I was skin and bones. Like, I'm not trying to go against a defensive end. I'm going to die. Like, I don't tackle. I catch the ball.
Better go low.
Didn't matter. His thighs were like this.
Yeah, he can't fit into his pants. This dude's gonna truck me and kill me.
Like, this is bullshit.
Oh man, you go low and just grab his knees. You're getting drugged.
Yeah,
I'm gonna trip you.
Well, I tried, coach.
Accidentally fall and stick my leg out and trip you.
Yeah, I never had that problem in high school. I was big. I was a big boy. So
I was always scrawny. I had a sports.
Aaron looked exactly like he does now.
Yeah, nothing has really
just
changed.
a little bit shorter.
Yeah, nothing has really changed. It kind of I had a personal kind of topic that is sports related.
Okay,
and it's just more of a question of why are like competition in sports bring out the absolute worst in some guys.
Yeah,
I was playing. I joined a gym. A little light flex. I was playing pickup basketball, and this guy just got tripped and didn't think anything of it. The guy called foul. The other guy said he didn't trip him. I'm like, okay, it's whatever. So we got ball. And then all of a sudden, they start jarring back at each other. F you this, you P word this. And I'm like, okay, they're really mad at each other.
Wow.
So eventually, we hit the game-winning shot. The ball drops. The guy that got tripped throws the ball at the guy's face. The other guy throws it back. And I'm like, oh, they're really mad. So then we replay again, and then just like every other sport, when two dudes are getting into it, and then they decide because one of the guys was guarding me. Well, he's not guarding me anymore. He's guarding the guy that he just was getting ready to fight, and it's like overly aggressive, like pushing, getting the shoulder in there, like basically fighting, squaring, And then it gets to the point where they don't throw hands, but it gets to the point where come see me outside. The other guy's like, I'm not going to see you outside. He's like, he's like, we're just playing basketball. He's like, come see me outside. And he's like, if you come outside and I got something in the car for you too. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what are we doing? We're playing.
Yeah. That's definitely not making me want to come outside.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let you know.
I'm
right
like, we're
now.
playing rec ball
Bro,
at a family fitness gym. And like, it's not that serious. Like, I'm competitive as the next guy, but it's like,
yeah,
brother, this gym is 24 hours. I will stay in here all night long. Like,
it's like something about like the competitive juices. Like, people just take it to the extreme, like where they want to fight each other. I'm like,
yeah.
I've always been competitive, but I don't think I've gotten to the point. I've been like mad at the other team, but I've never gotten to a point where I've wanted to like come see me outside or meet me after the game and square up. And I was just curious if you guys have ever gotten to that point, or do y'all think that's kind of extreme as well?
No, I've never gotten to the fight, but also like, I've never been a trash talker. Like, it's funny you bring this up because I was watching the Pivot earlier, and it was the Andre Johnson episode, and like he's famously like a quiet. He's like the Marcus Colston type, right? Like dominant, but just didn't say anything. But he's got the one incident where he beat the living shit out of Cortland Finnegan.
Yeah.
So they were asking him about that, and they were like, how do people view you? Did they think that was weird or whatever? And he's like, I've never been a talker. He's always just been like, I'm going to just go on this field and bust your ass on the field. And you can talk all you want, but I'm going to bust your ass on the field, and that's going to be it. And that's kind of how I've always been. Like, I'm just going to, like, you can talk all you want, but we're going to just line up and we'll see what happens from there. Now I would do the thing, like, if we go play football or whatever, because that basketball, I'm okay at basketball, but football, I was pretty good. So we go play football somewhere. Like, if you talk shit and you're guarding me all game and I just keep scoring on you, every time I catch a touchdown, I'm going to walk the ball to you. Like, I'm going to do little things like that. Like, here's the ball. You wanted to talk? Here's the ball.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
spinning in front of their feet.
Yeah, no, I'm not even doing that. I'm going to be the most passive. It's just going to be like, here's the ball.
Yeah.
Like,
I
shake
don't
your
know.
hand, those kind of things. Like, Yeah.
I don't know if you would consider me a talker. Like I talk, but I'm not like my trash talk is probably weird. Like people probably walked away from games like, what the fuck?
Like the Phillip Rivers trash talk.
Probably. I can't remember what Phillip was doing.
Or it was either him or I think it was him or Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was always like very complimentary.
Andrew Luck was complimentary. I'm not complimentary.
Oh, big head, big boy. Oh, what's going on?
Phil Rivers just didn't curse. Like
that's what it was.
Yeah.
No, I was kind of the type where like I was quarterback a lot. Defense would be talking trash, and I would just tell them what I was about to do. I would literally tell them and then do it anyway.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, "You couldn't stop it," and then I would just move on with my life.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'd never trash talk because there are, like we all know, there's some dudes that get out there and they're just not good, but they're gonna trash talk.
Yeah.
And if I knew that was the scenario where I knew I was about to destroy you, it'd be like, I'm about to do this. This is happening.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can remember, like, there was a team that'd be like, "You ain't got no arm." I was like, "That's fine. I'm gonna check it down 16 times. We're gonna score a touchdown at the end of this drive."
That's the best you score.
I started
you just walk by the
counting.
sideline. You're like, who got no arm, huh?
Bro,
got no arm, huh?
I started counting. 1 check down, 2 check down, 3 check down. We scored in 6, but still.
I think I don't get to like what you said to the point where like you want to fight somebody. Like I've never had that. Definitely been like some pickup games for basketball where like somebody's just fouling you over and over again, and you, like whether they like it's not even like you know what I mean. Like they're not even trying to like fight you, but after like the 5th time, like all right, bro, like enough is enough, and then you get pissed off, and if you score, you're like. You know,
I think basketball is kind of a different animal.
Yeah, but
basketball allows physicality in a sense too.
And you can always tell who definitely played football and basketball because they're just clearly just hack a shack like the whole time, like clearly fouling, never thinks that they're fouling, and you're like, bro, look at these welts on my arm from you just destroying me.
I get frustrated with basketball because when we play, y'all are probably the same way. When I play pickup, like I let people, if you foul me, unless you like tackling me, I'm not even gonna call it.
Right. Unless you're hugging me. It's like, all right, like you smacked my arm.
So like I'm gonna let you get away with some stuff. But at some point, like it's like, all right, enough is enough, and we're gonna draw the line here. And you start chirping back a little bit.
I never chirp. And basketball is one where I'm very quiet. I'll be honest. I might say some stuff, like randomly say some things under my breath, but I'm not really coming at you. But I will beat the shit out. Not like punch you, but if you're fouling me and you start playing aggressive and physical with me, I'll be like, okay, that's how we're playing. And I'll just give it right back to you.
Oh, I will do the thing like you're talking about, like low. If you start fouling me a little bit, like I'm going to start getting physical.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like chirp back, like I'm going to talk trash, but like if you foul me and I score, I'm like, and fucking what? Like, you know what I mean? Like it might just be that. It's going to be small. It'll be small little things.
I'm the butt patter. Like I'll do something and be like, and I'll just run away. Like, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
You fucked up. Just letting you know.
I'm thinking like of all the times I'm competitive in like random shit now. Like I used to be so competitive in beer pong. You've seen we've played beer pong recently. And I got and
I wasn't that competitive.
No,
anymore.
but see,
I don't care anymore.
I can't turn it off in my brain. So when we started, when you were like, you want to play? I'm like, yeah, we can play. But the second we don't start winning, I'm like, this is bullshit, and I want to win. Like, we were just there for the vibes, but I needed to win, and it was pissing me off that we didn't win.
I think we finally got it together. But then
because I cleared a fucking table. It was one of those scenarios where I'm about to give you credit if you.
I was going to say, don't just throw me under the bus. Hold on.
We played like 3 games. There was a game where you were pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a game where I definitely cleared the fucking table.
For sure.
And then,
I hit 1 cup that game.
And then it was the 3rd game where we both just went to shit. Like, yeah. Motherfucker was ready to jump on me.
No,
because
when you first started talking, it was like you made it sound like you cleared the table, and I was ass the whole time. I was like, hold on. There was a game where I was good. There was a game where you were good.
I was just giving myself credit first.
That was one of like my wife at the time, my girlfriend, like our first like somewhat fight was we were playing beer pong, and you get one of those like, I'll be your partner, and you're like,
great. Yeah,
sure, let's go. And you're like,
better man than me.
I'm gonna beat 4 more turns before it's my damn turn again. And of course you lose, and it's hard. Like me being competitive, of course, I'm like, fuck.
Victoria learned.
She's like, you mad? Quickly. And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of mad because just you didn't make any of the fucking cups. And so now she like refuses to play beer pong with me because she knows how competitive I am in anything. And she's like, I just would rather not play with you because you're just gonna get mad at me.
My wife knows that. She learned quick, especially like if he's around. It's a given. Aaron and I are partners. You want to play? go talk to Alex and tell her you want to play. Find anybody else at this party and find a partner.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if I got to come home to you every day. You can go be somebody else's partner. Like we're winning in life together, but you're about to lose in this.
Yeah.
That's a good quote.
You like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's when I stopped being as competitive. I'm gonna be dead honest, because she started wanting to play, and I told her first game, I was like, "Are you good?" She's like, "I never played." And I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna take this seriously then."
Yeah. See,
I've
always been like, I'm too competitive. Like even when I was like dating in high school or college, like you know how it is. Like you be flirting with a girl at a party or whatever, and you go to play beer pong, and they want to be in your team.
Nope.
Sorry, like you came here with friends. Find them. Like
Nope.
like I'm gonna and I'm not gonna take. I will embarrass you.
Mhm.
Like, and if you don't like me afterwards, that's life. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I got in trouble one night at a bar. I hurt some girl's feelings because I was like, I beat the shit out of him like multiple games in a row.
Yeah.
And eventually I heard from a friend that she was like, he was so mean. He was just so like, he just had to win. And I was like, oops.
It's so funny. Beer pong is like the only thing that I trash talk in. Like if I get it, well, because you know you start drinking, you're getting drunk, and that's when
Yeah.
you start really talking. But if I get hot on the beer pong table,
Yeah.
That's the best. Like, hey, which cup do you want me to make?
Yeah,
This one?
That's
Okay,
exactly
gotcha.
what it is. You choose the cup.
Yeah.
There was a time I went to Hangout Fest with Chad and some of his buddies, and I was on a heater, and dude, it was like relentless shit talking.
Mhm.
Somebody had knocked the cup off the end of our table, so we had like some water on the floor. I slipped and busted my ass, took out the whole table.
You lost.
Karma. Well, yeah, but no, just karma. Like it was like I got up, I was like, "Yep, I deserve that."
Yeah. Just on the ground. Your cup's on the ground. You lose.
Is it bad that I immediately went to, if you wiped out the table, you lost? I don't
Yeah.
care. Move on.
But
Move on.
well, so I didn't like break the table. There was a couple cups left, but like I've slipped and like wiped out half of our cups basically. But I just got up, like, yeah, I should probably chill and take a step back.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
never like disrespectful though. Like it's fun trash talking, like you said.
Oh, for sure.
You picked the cup. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, so to be fair, the reason this girl thought I was mean is her partner was very like aggressive and
Yeah.
like coming at me. And it was it was all fun. I thought I was having fun.
Yeah.
Apparently she wasn't. Sorry.
Some people just can't handle the loss. You know?
Yeah. They lost 3 in a row. My
That's
bad.
life. My other sports topic was, and this may be a little hot take-ish. Damar Hamlin is the favorite for comeback player of the year again.
He did die on the field.
2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Enough's enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did have a better season, but not
Also-
comeback.
What did he come back from? Being shitty last year? Like, all right, okay. I get it, right?
Yeah.
He died on the field. But I've had this question since it happened. And it might sound ridiculous. How hard is that to come back from? He died on the field. I think he was like okay, like a week later. And they just kept him out as a precaution.
Yeah.
Like, dudes are getting shot and coming back in a few weeks. Like Ricky Pearsall should probably be more of a comeback player of the year. He got shot. Like
The whole award is a crapshoot. It's like Sam Darnold is on there, and it's like kind of same
Fair.
thing. It's like
fair game though. He
yeah,
sucked.
but
I feel like Sam
he was
Darnold should be the
Yeah.
front
Yeah.
runner. in
Let's
my
be clear.
opinion.
Comeback player of the year. If there's nobody that's had like a major injury,
because it was Flacco the year before, and
Yeah,
he
but-
had a resurgence with the Colts.
but they gave
you know?
that's a comeback player of the year.
Mhm.
And there was something that came out that was like if Flacco won, he was gonna give it to Damar Hamlin, and Flacco was like, no, like I'm gonna keep it. That Flacco is the definition of a comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Like I get it. I get the story with Damar Hamlin, and it is like cool. You're playing football again, but devil's advocate. How hard is that to come back from? Especially 2 years later.
Yeah. At what point did we keep him off the ballot?
Yeah, at what point do we have to stop feeling bad for the guy? We watched it happen.
Yeah.
Or we didn't watch it happen. We were there.
I mean,
I will never forget that night.
Yeah.
Really, not even for that.
there's
Just
a lot of things.
a lot of things that happened that day.
and
It
that
was
night.
it was
Tulane
Monday
won the
Night
co-
Football.
Tulane won the
Careful, Jesus.
Tulane won the Cotton Bowl during the day. Zion tore his hamstring. Damar Hamlin died. It was a crazy night. Like
I feel like we still had like 6 hours left in that night too. There was a lot of other things.
lot of
What was
things
crazy
happened
is they
out
had to continue the game. It's like
Yeah, that was wild.
This guy
Yeah.
died. Let's just
They didn't
keep it
continue
going.
the game. They cut it. They stopped it.
Did they stop it?
Yeah, remember?
Oh.
Because I remember what they
I was
did.
pretty drunk.
I remember
they
what they did
continued it.
because it was fantasy football, like championship week, and people
Mm.
were like, "What do we do? I don't know what to do." I needed Jamar Chase to get X amount of.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
like respect to Damar Hamlin. 2 years later, enough is enough. Like I don't even know. Like Sam Darnold, way more deserving than.
Who else was on it? There was somebody else on the list. I saw
I
it,
think
and I was like,
wasn't
Sam
Burrow
Darnold.
on there?
Oh, Burrow is on there, but I mean, no.
He's too good. Like I get he had the injury.
Well, his team also is terrible this year. I'm not
Right.
giving that to him.
I get he had the like he's coming back from an injury, but this is there.
He never
there's-
had a dip.
there's
he was
a lot-
always good.
There's a line where you're too good, like where injuries are okay. Like you don't get to be Joe Burrow and just happen to tear your ACL and then be
Yeah.
comeback player of the year next year. Like brother, whether you tore your ACL or not, you can still throw the football very, very well.
I feel like it's got to go to Sam Darnold. Like I saw
Yeah,
the
it's
list,
absolutely
and he
like
was the
it's
one
got
who
to.
jumped out to me. I was like,
He
this
should
dude,
be.
he
I
was
can't even-
terrible, and now he's not great, but he's
I wouldn't even like Damar Hamlin wouldn't even be a thought on my brain this year for a comeback player of the year. I don't know who else it would be besides Sam Darnold. Like just drawing a blank. I don't know.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't think
just,
it'd
I'm
be
just
anybody.
like I don't know, man.
I don't think it would be anybody.
Like I said,
Like,
he didn't do anything, but Ricky Pearsall got shot and he played.
Yeah,
Like that's more of a comeback than I don't know, man. I don't know. I just assume if you die on the field, like you're okay, a couple weeks later. Like they keep you to make sure you're all right. But I feel like once you're back to life, you're good. Like you know what I mean? Listen, I'm not a doctor, but I feel like he probably could have played pretty soon after that happened.
I don't know.
It wasn't like he was dead for 3 hours. Like he didn't lose like brain function.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't.
Now I'm just
I
getting
don't know what to
offensive.
say.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, I got nothing. I
I
don't
just
know.
want people to get the awards
That's-
they
this
deserve.
I
is-
agree. He should
Okay.
he should be off the ballot.
So, I mean, yeah, I do too. I think, it's been 2 years. Like, what did he come back from last year is the best question that you
I think-
asked. And I don't think there's anything there. He was just not great last year.
Yeah.
But he's never been great.
Yeah.
Ever.
I don't think he should have won it last
Like
year.
in the
I'll
NFL,
take
I
it a
mean.
step further. It should have been Flacco.
It was Flacco.
No, I thought No, they made a whole thing with Damar Hamlin winning.
I could have sworn
I don't
Flacco
know.
won it last
I'm
year.
gonna be
They-
honest, I don't pay attention
Yeah.
to who wins.
I thought
Comeback player of the
Flacco
year.
won it, and they were pissed because they thought Hamlin should have won it.
I thought they gave it to Damar Hamlin because they brought out the whole medical team and did the whole thing because he won it.
Hmm.
I don't know. Whatever. We can move on. It just bothered me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Also, Saquon should be the MVP.
Well, that's a quarterback award.
I agree.
We just had this conversation
Yeah.
yesterday. So,
Yeah. That was
Um,
all my topics.
I had topics and I just thought of one and I forgot it.
We
again.
know they were on your laptop. You did the whole thing. We
I
get
got
it.
a few of them too. It's a bummer.
Planes are scary.
Yeah, bad.
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. Planes are scary though. Planes have always been scary to me,
Yeah.
to be fair.
It's
Past
my,
month, they made them seem really
Listen.
scary.
Eric can vouch for it. My number one fear is
Yeah.
is flying.
I fly a lot too. And
Yeah.
like, man.
Hopefully not anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think so. Probably not.
I gotta.
My grandma was on a plane to Vegas today. So I was like, you should stay there. Not-
Stay.
You should just not.
I don't mean to make light of
Not
any
to-
of these situations,
yeah.
but it's not a great time.
Well, you said so. We all make light of all situations, okay? I am a firm believer of there is healing in humor, right? Like you have to be able to laugh about everything. Do these situations suck? Yes. Sorry, guys. Pray for your families. Pray for people who are impacted. Same thing with the terrorist attacks in the city. Like it all sucks. It's all a very somber, shitty situation that should not happen. But if I can't laugh about something,
Yeah.
I'm going to go insane. Okay. So
Yeah.
let me find some humor, even if it's dark humor
Yeah.
and it's not offensive. I'm not trying to be offensive. Let me live my life. I still love you.
I was just starting to get over my plane fear.
It was like it wasn't. I don't think he meant for it to be funny, but it was like after the fires in Los Angeles, Biden had said something to Kamala after they were talking about it, and he's like, "Why don't you go ahead and fire away?" And he's like, "Ooh," he's like, and I was like,
Well, you just said earlier when they asked Trump if he was going to go visit the plane, the one from yesterday, because they had the one in Philly today.
Yeah.
And he said something like, "Do you want me to go swim?"
He's like, "What do you want me to go to the scene?" He's like, "What do you want me to go swimming?" And I was like, "That's pretty funny."
Yeah, like that's not what we mean, but it is
Yeah.
funny that time for sure.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want? You want me to just be in the vicinity,
I
like
don't
staying
know,
on the
man.
shore,
It's all optics.
wave?
Like,
I'm here at the scene.
It is optics.
it is optics. Why is he coming to the one in New Orleans?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't do anybody any good that the president shows up.
It's paying his respects, so to
Yeah.
speak, which that's a whole nother mindset. I think that's, I also think that's, man,
He's
people,
doing it because
people would,
he's doing it because he's the president.
yeah.
That's what the president. I mean,
It's what you're supposed to do
Mhm.
yeah.
in a sense, right? I get in trouble all the time because of how I think. People are like, "Oh, your generation is so disrespectful," and I'm like, I just don't see value in random, like performative things.
Yeah.
If it's not real, why are we doing it?
Yep. Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah,
else.
I got.
I don't want to.
I have nothing to add to that.
I'm
I
trying
just
to put my
agree.
foot in my mouth. Just shut up here.
I was trying to think of a scenario, and I was like, I'm just not gonna go there.
Yeah. It's just little things. It's always little things, but it is what it is.
Anything else going on in the world?
I saw a guy. He, of course, he's a Florida man.
Yes.
He was eating 6 to 9 pounds of butter and cheese a day.
What?
And
He's alive still
and
somehow.
he ended up getting this condition in his hands where his body couldn't process the cholesterol. So all his like veins in his hands were just like yellow, like the color of like cheese and butter.
Of butter. He's got butter blood.
That just,
What kind of cheese?
it was a carnivore diet with 6 to 9 pounds of cheese and
What
butter.
kind of? That's a good question. What kind of cheese?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Scary.
Was it a
worth
brie?
it?
It wasn't good.
It had to be a yellow cheese, probably. Was it American?
I couldn't even imagine 9 pounds of butter.
Like, are you just eating butter with a spoon at that point?
Probably eating it like a piece of cake or something. Like not even a
Got
cake,
to.
like just taking a bite out of it.
Like, I mean,
At what point do you think that works? It has serves any benefit?
cheese I get. Like, I could see somebody just finding like little blocks of cheese, and what I
Yeah,
mean?
they make the little
'Cause, like,
Baybell cheese and the little circle
Yeah,
cheeses.
like
Those
you
are good.
cut now to get to the point where it's like that is nuts. But like people cut up cheese as a snack. They sell fucking little sticks of mozzarella. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But butter is nuts. Like
I don't think I can eat 9 pounds of anything every single day for
But
like
also-
months at a time.
But also, butter is good, but it's not like good enough to just like. Yes, if I have a bagel, I will put some butter on it. A pancake, maybe I'll put some butter on it. You know what I mean?
Can we talk about how much 9 pounds of something is?
Yeah.
Even
How are
if
you
it's
not
9 pounds of
7,000
different
pounds?
things.
A newborn baby worth of butter.
Listen, think about it like this, right? You get a steak.
Yeah.
A massive steak is 16 ounces. That is 1 pound. That is a massive steak. Like a normal steak's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him in the mouth again. A normal steak is
Scared.
like 8 ounces, right?
Yeah.
Come on. How
Yeah,
many
no,
steaks
there
is
are-
that? Do the math.
Every
There's
single
le-
day, like not
there's-
just like once a week. It's every single day. You're
There's
eating 9
legitimate
pounds.
food challenges where it's like, hey, eat this 1 pound burger
How?
Yeah.
Do that 9 times
Not-
a day.
A day.
What?
It's crazy. And butter's light as a feather. Like a tablespoon of butter cannot weigh.
A couple ounces, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much is a stick of butter?
And I'm not even. You're thinking stick of butter. I'm thinking
A
like
sixth
the
of a
tubs,
pound,
like
a
a tub
seventh
of.
a pound, maybe.
I'm thinking like a tub of. Can't believe it's not butter. That can't weigh more than 3 pounds.
No, absolutely not.
That's not butter.
It's not. But
I
they
can't
do
believe it.
They do sell butter in the tubs like that.
Yeah.
If at best that's 3 pounds. He's eating 3 of those a day, like ice cream in a bowl.
What do you think about the grocery store workers? Like this psychopath is coming in again.
Grocery store.
He keeps taking all of our butter.
For his sake, I hope he's buying it in bulk at
Yeah.
Seb's or Costco. Like, if you're
Do
gonna
9 pounds even come in a bulk
Dude.
at Sam's or Costco?
I don't know. I would just assume he works at like a soup kitchen or something. I'd be like, yeah, he's feeding the needy. Good for him. No, meanwhile, he's just eating.
I'm thinking that
Chowing down.
I went straight to
Oh.
crawfish. I was thinking like 9 pounds of crawfish.
That's not a lot.
Yeah, but you're
No,
not.
but that's
you're
like
not
one
eating
serving.
the shells and everything in it.
You're
like
not
the
gonna eat-
meat's not 9 pounds.
10 pounds of crawfish. I mean, you're getting what, 30 pounds in a sack?
Yeah, but
if you
how much
think
of that
about
you're
it, just,
eating?
Just the meat
Yeah,
is not
Fair.
is
Fair.
not the same.
Fair. That's fair. But I was thinking,
What is that equivalent to? 100 pounds of crawfish?
I don't
You're
even
still
know.
not eating
It's like
it,
9 pounds of meat, maybe.
You'd have to.
every
I would
day.
literally have to take the tails out and weigh them and be
Yes.
like, "Oh, here's how many pounds of crawfish make."
That's crazy. There's nothing. Like, there's literally nothing I could eat 9 pounds of a day.
I don't think I could eat 9 pounds of food in a day.
Like, there's not even anything there's nothing I like enough that I'd be like, yeah, 9 pounds of this. No, you're not eating 9 pounds
Right
of food
now.
today.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In general,
In
I'm
general.
not even talking about one food. I mean, like if I woke up and I said, "Hey, my goal every day is to eat 9 pounds worth of food," I don't think I could do that.
No.
That's a lot of food.
I don't think I could eat 3 pounds of food.
Why is he eating 9 pounds of food? This is a diet.
He was a part of the carnivore diet, he said.
No, it's
He
not.
probably said, "I want to live the carnivore lifestyle," and just went nuts.
Yeah.
There
That's
ain't no way.
Crazy, dude.
What was like that guy who was only eating like animal meats and stuff like that, and then he came out like
That was a lie.
it was a lie, and he was just taking like Tren and different steroids and stuff like that.
Good for him. I mean, listen, you want to look good? Do
Yeah.
what you got to do, man.
That's got to be
Don't lie about it, though. Don't
steroids has to be healthier than 9 pounds of butter a day.
Gotta be. There's not many things
the-
on earth worse than 9 pounds of butter.
Listen, first of all, if you want
How many
to go down this
calories is there in
rabbit
a 9 pounds of butter?
hole- Oh, dude, I don't even know. Google it. I don't have my phone.
I got
How many?
you.
Look up how many calories is in a stick of butter?
Well, keep talking. Don't
And then
First
how
of
many-
all, so first of all, there are a lot of healthy ways to get jacked like that.
Yeah.
With like all this shit's like natural therapies now with hormone replacement. It's not super. Like obviously, it's not something your body naturally does, but it'll force you to produce certain things to get to certain levels. What is it?
Just take. Did you see it?
No.
Did you see the, take a guess. Just a
And
guess.
9 pounds of
9
butter.
pounds of butter.
It's got to be way more than you need.
I would say
I'm
tw-
like
I would say
20,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say 20,000.
29,324 calories.
That is insane.
You eat what? 1,800 in a day?
So,
Like, if you're trying to lose weight, you're probably eating 1,800 calories in a day.
so my size to
20,
maintain
2,300 is probably average, I think.
to maintain my size is like 2,800 calories.
Yeah.
So like, and 3,000 calories technically is an extra pound. So how many
10
pounds? How many pounds is he gaining a
Yeah.
day?
Well,
That's 10 days.
Can,
That's
can you divide this by 3 for me? Just please divide this by 3 for me. Whatever the 20,
30,000?
20 yeah. Oh, so 10.
yeah,
Yeah.
10. He's eating like 10 days worth of food in a day.
He's gaining 10 pounds a day. Well, he's gaining like 9 pounds a day.
Dude, how are you not?
How are
Is he?
what do your
wait,
dookies
wait,
look
wait,
like?
wait. Here's the other question: is he eating anything else? Because he could be eating 9 pounds of. It wasn't 9 pounds of cheese and butter combined.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
It was cheese
But
and
not,
butter.
Not that that makes it better, but like he's eating
He could
that.
put
But
it
is he
on
putting
stuff.
that on a
Yeah.
burger? You know what I mean? Like, is he also eating lunch? Like, is he like, let me have
I could go for ice
let me
cream
have a-
right now.
yeah, let me have a pizza and also
No, I don't
for
think
snack
because he's doing
butter.
he's doing carnivore diet, so he's only
Yeah.
eating meat and
Meat.
fats.
You should
So-
look up how many
Okay, so
So
How many-
maybe he's
how many
just doing
pounds is-
butter and cheese. I
is
don't
a
know.
stick of butter.
We've gone too far.
yeah, no, we're down this rabbit hole. This is nuts.
I just want to realistically, like, how many sticks of butter do you have to eat? Like, what is the equivalent of 9 pounds?
Of cheese
Yeah,
to butter.
40 sticks of butter, 9 pounds.
Oh, fine. I don't know.
Butter's got a little density to it.
810 calories in a stick of butter. So round up to 1,000 calories in a stick of butter. He's eating 29 sticks of butter a day. Crazy, bro.
How do you not eat like the fifth one? Like, oh,
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm assuming he's eating other things on top of it.
No, I don't think he is. I think if he's doing carnivore, he's probably like nuts, and he's just thinking, "This is what I got to eat."
He's
I
pissing out
imagine
string
him
cheese.
cooking a steak and just putting an entire stick of butter on top of it. And let it
That
melt.
would be better than what he's doing.
Crazy.
When he shits, do you think it's like Chewies? Like a little string?
Jesus, I don't know.
I don't even understand how he functions in the day. Like, you're talking about how he goes to the bathroom. I don't know how he gets off the couch.
No one wants to be near this guy.
I eat-
He's dropping
He's
dropping SBDs all over the place.
If I eat a bowl of ice cream after a normal day of food, I feel gross. Like, and he's just out here chugging sticks of butter.
Yeah.
You think he switches it up sometimes? Like, one time he just eats it. And he's like, I think I want to drink this stick, and he melts it and it just. You gotta
I
do
guess
something.
that's a dumb question. I was gonna say, like, if you melt 1 pound of butter, is it still 1 pound of butter? But it's
I mean, some of it cooks off, but it's still the same amount of calories, I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
because the weight of it definitely changes. Does it?
I don't
If you melt 1 pound of butter, does it still stay 1
It's
pound
heavy.
of butter?
Don't you test me with science. I don't know.
Liquids tend to be heavier, so I don't know.
I don't think this is true. I think 1 pound turns in. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like that.
I
It's
don't
like
want to
that-
say that I don't
It's
know
like
this.
that question where they're like, if I drop like a 1 pound
Feather.
of feather, yeah.
And a 1 pound bowling ball, which one hits the ground first?
So I actually know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to this.
What's the answer?
They hit the ground at the same time.
That's right. Science.
Mhm. Science. But I don't know this science. I know that science.
Maybe
can
they
get with
maybe
this,
they
or
don't
you
hit
can
the
get with
ground at the
that.
same time just because they weigh the same. Maybe one's more aerodynamic than the other.
Well, the secret is it's the air resistance, right? Like they don't tell you that there's other things that play in. But technically, 1 pound and 1 pound, they'll in a room with no air or anything like
vacuum,
that. In a
yes.
vacuum, they hit the ground at the same time.
What if you actually put something in a vacuum?
Well, the vacuum weighs more.
What if you melt the vacuum?
if we drop vacuums in a vacuum, we should end this.
I don't know.
He came out with a video for that.
You said that last week.
Well, he came out.
Oh no, last week you said he got a record deal.
Yeah. Shout out. He's doing big things.
I miss my yeet, but
Big things.
What is it now?
now?
That's what it is now.
Hmm.
Shout out to Enzo Amore.
no yeet.
No yeet.
Yeah.
All right.
Who wins the Rumble?
CM Punk.
CM Punk, Charlotte Flair. I guess it's
Feel good story, John Cena.
no.
No. CM Punk.
No.
I think CM Punk and Charlotte Flair are probably. It could be John Cena, but CM Punk, Charlotte Flair.
AJ Styles.
Is he even
He could come back.
able to
I
walk?
don't know. Good question.
Yeah, I
Good
don't
question.
know.
If
I don't know how
only we
healthy
had a
he is.
wrestling podcast, we could do this on
Bring
Ooh.
back Kane.
cocaine.
He doesn't need to be
That's all.
mayor.
Did you see that list?
Yeah, they were like cocaine,
It was
gay cane.
Yeah. People have been leaking
Oh
fake
no,
lists.
it's gain. Is what it's
Yeah.
called.
Gain,
Gain.
cane, cocaine. It was like all the random canes.
Good
I was like,
times.
this is dumb. Surprise entrance.
Yeah,
All right, that's it.
that's enough.
Love you guys.
Maybe it depends.
Adios,
Me
mother
too.
trucker.
Boots and cats, 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 boots and cats.